Hi, and welcome to my unboxing of the Tesla Model S60. I think this is one of the first off the production line as it was ordered the day that they announced the new 60. Anyway, so to start off the unboxing, I'll show you one of its most interesting features. This is handy for getting in and out of tight parking spaces and garages. And obviously this is going to develop as updates to the point where you'll simply be able to use it as your own bag. So let's climb inside the car now. So why did I go for the 60? Economy, basically. Up until last month, as you probably know, the cheapest version was the 70. They announced the 60, I think, somewhere in the middle of June. Straight away, I decided that was the car I was going to have. As far as options were concerned, I kept it to the minimum. So they only had three options. First being the sunroof, as you can see, it's a double sunroof. So it's a sunroof at the back, which is not movable, but a sunroof at the front, which is. Second option, leather seats. A car like this obviously should really come standard with leather seats, but it doesn't. So that was the second option. And most importantly, autopilot, which I will show you soon. So that was it. So it's the basic car with just three options. I think that's enough. The rest of it basically didn't seem to make sense to me. But with those three extras, it's an amazing car. So let's look at a few of the features. Car basically comes, everything happens on what is an amazing screen. As you can see, at the moment I've got it on the full map. I live in Miami. It's pretty much able to show the entire map of Miami on my screen. I've never seen anything quite like that before. So running through very quickly, the music, or the audio should we say, is pretty impressive. As you probably would have noticed, I live in the States, but I'm English. What this is able to do, which I love, is it's able to choose radio stations from any country, any city even. So what I can do, I come from London, I'm able to find my own favourite UK radio stations like BBC Radio 1, Capital Radio, etc, etc. It also has, which I find really interesting, it has Slacker, which is essentially a kind of Spotify. I want to demonstrate something which I think you're going to like. So obviously it has a voice command. Play Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven. So as you can see, it's found it straight away. It's got lots of various versions of it. There you go. That's pretty amazing. All of that is free. You don't pay any additional costs. It simply comes with the car. In fact, it clearly has a data connection. which you can use for internet. It has a browser, as you can see, which you can. So I've set it for Google, but you can set it for anything you want. And as you can see, it's a full-face Google. So my understanding is on the next update, the car also gets Spotify. So we've looked at the music, audio. As far as the navigation is concerned, we talked about the map. One of the things I like most about it, however, again, is the voice command. Where is Novecento, Key Biscayne? So as you can see, it's calculating the route for Novecento, Key Biscayne, and that's it. It automatically puts it into the navigation and takes you there. It uses Google Voice, by the way, for that. One of the interesting things about the car is it's able to. Let me turn the radio down so you can hear me. It connects with your diary. So as you can see, and what it will do, if your diary has addresses on it, it'll ready the navigation in order to get to where you want to go. So that can be very useful. It knows where you're going. It's also very useful in the morning when you're on your way to work. You can just have a quick look, see what's going on. I really haven't quite got to grips with this yet, but this is essentially the energy consumption. It charges at around 30 miles every hour. It charges to about 200 miles. This is the 60, remember, so it is limited. You can, for $10,000, increase that to the 70. I do recommend, if you're going to get a 60, you really should only get a 60 if you have another car, because there are going to be times where it's not practical. I have been told, however, that all of the charging stations are designed for the 60. So in theory you can get anywhere you want to go, and the navigation, if you're going on long journeys, it takes you through all of the charging stations to get it. It won't take you on a route that's going to allow you to run out of charge. A couple of other small details with the navigation. You can have it, as you can see, on satellite, or you can have it on plain maps. You can also point north or point in the direction of the car. It's up to you to do that. It stores all of your last route. So if you're returning to somewhere, you can go back and look at the memory as to where you went. It also shows you, which is very useful, where all of the charges are. So basically, if you're getting low on power, you can see where your nearest charges are, and it will take you there. The camera, it's obviously just a reverse camera, but it's a huge and very clear camera that shows you probably better than any camera I've ever seen in the car. And then your telephone, so it can take up to 6 different phones, and it's pretty standard stuff. I mean, it works from the steering wheel, where you can, for instance, I can use this, call Leslie. Didn't like it that time. Dial Leslie. There you go. So I've just asked it to call my wife. My wife's numbers come up, and then basically I can. So as far as the controls of the car are concerned, the first one's a sunroof. Very nice way of doing sunroof. You can either do it from a dial on the steering wheel, or you can do it from here. So pressing this button, completely opens the sunroof. On the sunroof you've also got, for instance, I can open up the front trunk, I can lock and unlock the doors. There's also, by the way, an instant lock and unlock feature on the main screen. I can also open the charging port, and I can open the front and the rear trunks. I can also fix the lights from auto to parking lights to on, off, also high beam, and it's dome. I haven't quite figured out what dome is yet. Okay, so that's the sunroof and the locks and controls. If I go to driving shows me my steer. You've got 3 different types of steering: comfort, standard and sport. I've got it on standard at the moment. I've got it on creep. I'm thinking about taking it off creep. Creep basically allows it to function as if it was a normal geared automatic car. So keeping your foot on the foot brake doesn't make a lot of sense to have that. It's just that we're used to it. But I'm thinking of training myself and taking the creep off of the car. Regenerative braking, obviously that repowers the car under braking. I've got that on standard. And then the range mode, I've got it off. Apparently, I looked on the internet, there isn't a great deal of difference with range mode being on and off, so let's keep it off. Okay. I haven't really had a look at the trips, but this is basically gives you all of the average, the energy consumption and the distances on charges. The display is interesting. So I have the display on auto adjust, so during the day it's much brighter and at night it's much darker. It changes the map as well, so I've got it on auto. So on the map itself at night, it shows a night map as if the map is dark, and then during the day it's a day map. And then energy saving, so I've obviously got energy saving where I can as on. And then finally, electronic brakes. So basically I've got it so if I open the car door, the parking brake goes on straight away. So as far as settings are concerned, this is really important. So essentially what this shows is I've got the auto steer on, I've got the auto lane change on, otherwise why would I have a car? You're going to see those performing in a little while. I've also got the summon on, which you saw as I introduced this unboxing. So you can actually reduce and increase the distance of the summon. The maximum is 40 feet, and I've got it to 40 feet. It also basically, I've got it to 20 inches of distance on the bumper, so it will stop when something's within 20 inches of the bumper. I've also got the clearance as tight on the side, and I've got auto home link as off. I haven't really explored a great deal of those. So basically there are a few other things I've got, and I've got the side collision warning is on, and I've got the lane departure warning is on as well. I've got the speed limit warning as a display rather than a chime, because I do have to be honest with you, pop over the speed limit relatively often, so I'd rather just be notified. And then essentially I've got the forward warning collision as medium. There's an awful lot of things here which you've never seen in a standard car. Okay, so they're the main controls. You've also got seat warmers, which are in Miami. I'm not going to spend a lot of time using, as you can imagine. And then the